Hi folks. So do you guys have this ingredient just sitting in your freezer and you don't know what to do with it? We Filipinos love our soup-based stews, right? What we call nilaga or sinigang. Those could be considered as soup-based stews, but it's a soup. People have asked me what else I can do with this dish. So today we're doing something else with it. Today we are making beef shanks, specifically braised beef shanks. So again, this is a super simple recipe. Only 2 or 3 steps to this, and I'm actually doing the first step right now. So the first step, and this depends on how much beef shanks you guys are using, is to brown your beef shanks on your stove. Right, that's what I'm doing here right now. So get out your favorite pot. I suggest a big pot because beef shanks are pretty big. And go ahead and brown it. And before I threw it in the pot, I did add some salt and pepper just to give our meat a little bit of flavor. So now that we have our beef browned, little action there, just go ahead and saute some onion. Just soften it up a little bit. You can also add a little bit of salt and pepper to this to add to the flavor. Not too much, since you already added some salt to the beef. While that's softening up, go ahead and slice up some of your other vegetables. So today we are using mushrooms, some bell peppers, green peppers, and also some carrots. Add in some carrots. So here we go, guys. I've added in my green peppers as well. As you may have noticed, I don't add any potatoes, or I didn't add any potatoes. I really don't like potatoes. I'm not a potato guy. If you love potatoes and if you want to include it in this dish, by all means, go ahead. But for me, no potatoes. However, what I do like are mushrooms. So we're also going to be putting in a little bit of butter, just for some silky texture. So go ahead and mix that in, and you can leave out the butter. That's totally optional. After you have all that in, go ahead and deglaze with your favorite red wine. In this case, I am using a little bit of Cabernet. Let that come to a boil and let the alcohol evaporate, and then we will be putting in our last ingredient, which is a can of tomato sauce. If you want it thicker, you can add tomato paste instead, but I think tomato sauce is thick enough. We also want to use tomato sauce because this is going to be the base for our braising liquid. Allow it to cook a little bit more, then give it a taste. At this point, you can adjust for saltiness. Mine needs a little bit more salt. And I think we're good to go. So once your braising liquid is cooked or is ready, go ahead and spoon it over your meat. once you get all the braising ingredients over your meat, go ahead and cover this up with aluminum foil, and then we're gonna go stick it in the oven for about 2.5 hours. Your initial cook time would be around 2.5 hours, and then you would check for if the meat is tender and for doneness, right? So I just want you to expect that the vegetables that we put in are going to soften up really nicely, right? And everything is going to sort of combine together. So imagine all that flavor combining together to flavor the meat, and also you can use it as a gravy, and also the meat will be, will sweat. A lot of the juices come out of the meat as well, so that will add to the liquid that you can use as your gravy. So I'll check with you, in a little later, in about 2.5 hours or so, and we'll check the meat and we'll see how everything looks. Let's go ahead and check our beef. You know what? I need my really hot. Check it out. There it is, guys. You see that? Yeah, we're getting there. We're not really there yet. Okay guys, I think we're done. I think we're good. Let me grab my, just to show everyone. Oh, look at that. And let's bring it on over to the stove. So here it is, everyone. And we're a pretty easy creation. Right? A little over 2 hours, 2.5 hours actually. And you can tell that it's done when the meat kind of falls off the bone. This is the bone right here. See, the meat just kind of peels off. So you know it's done. So guys, thank you for hanging out with me again as I prepare this beef shank. I hope you got a good, a different recipe and a different idea on what to do with the beef shanks instead of just boiling it or making soup-based stew, or as we Filipinos like to call it, nilaga, right? Because you can do other things with different cuts of meat. So thank you again for hanging out with me. We're gonna have dinner now, and we're gonna enjoy this. So guys, I'll see you next time on another episode of Foodie A1C Cooks at Home. Peace. I'm out.